Hey guys, welcome to FPL Game Week 36. That is right, only 3 game weeks left. Game Week 36, Game Week 37 and Game Week 38. 3 weeks left of Premier League football and double Game Week this week. It's going off. Can we get some points? Can we start climbing the table? Now is now. We've got no more chances really. This is the week. We need to take advantage and get some points. Let's go. As you can see last week, 59 points, average 50, and the highest being 129 points. We're going to look at, like we always do, the most transfers in to start. Turkey, Haaland, Gokeres, O'Reilly and Sarr, and it's pretty much a trend that we're going to see. Man City with a double this week, Crystal Palace with a double this week, and Brentford also with the double. We're going to see a lot of those players being played this week, and we've got some in our squad already. Gokeres bringing in, obviously had a good game last week. Good fixtures for Arsenal, understandable. Transfers out, Thiago, Pedro, despite scoring a beautiful bicycle kick, Chelsea have been very, very shit. So that is understandable. Bowen, West Ham, in a survival, trying to survive, and they've not been looking great. That is understandable. Semenyo, despite Man City with that double fixture, if you're going to go for a midfielder, you want Ryan Cherky. And also out, still injury prone. Who knows when he'll be back. No, I don't need to see that. 39 points. We took minus 4 points, 2 transfers, and this is how the team did it. In goal, Canna had 8 points for Brentford here. Brentford 8 points, clean sheet bonus against West Ham. In defence, Mukalele 90 minutes played, 1 goal and bonus points, Defcon points as well. Despite not getting that clean sheet, would have been absolute cooking. That is a good return from the defender. Gabriel, despite getting a clean sheet, 6 points, 90 minutes played, did the job. Gahey, on the other hand, a disaster from Man City. Dropping points. Not only dropping points, they had to rescue it with the last kick of the game. They were 1-0 up. They went 1-1. They went 3-1 down. Haaland then scored. And obviously, Doku with a double in the 97th minute got them the points. But that could have been a disaster for Man City. Could that be the title race over? Could Arsenal have just won it because of that one slip? Moving to the midfield, Rodgers in a game against Spurs. Spurs fucking won. No, Aston Villa was so crap against Spurs. No shots on target. Absolutely dreadful. A Spurs side that leaks goals. A Spurs side that crumbles under pressure. Aston fucking Villa did not do anything and nothing against Spurs, and now they've gone above West Ham. Disappointing from Rodgers, disappointing from Watkins, disappointing from Umen Renme. Disaster class from Aston Villa this week. Moving to the other midfielder, Semenyo looked quite good in that game in the first half. Had a couple of chances, should have probably buried 1 or 2 of them. But yes, another disaster from Semenyo on points wise. That is another week where he's not delivered. And yeah, Anderson at 1 point as well. Another player who didn't do well. Played 45 minutes against Chelsea. Understandable if you're only playing for 45 minutes. because otherwise you'd probably expect him to get Def Cup points and maybe some more assist or whatever. Bruno Fernandes, 3-2 against Liverpool, got minutes played, got assist, did get a yellow card unfortunately, but bonus points as well, contributing there. Moving to the forward line, we spoke about Watkins in a terrible game, but Krupi on the other hand performed very well against Crystal Palace, got a goal, got 2 points for 69 minutes played, 3-0, could have asked more. Captain Erling Haaland bounced back with a goal, obviously, needed that in that game. And then moving to the bench, Hill obviously did well, got that clean sheet points, bonus points, DEFCON points. Little bit of disappointment I didn't go with him, but no, Makelele was the right option. And yeah, Man City, I was expecting them to get the clean sheet, but who knows? Virgil van Dijk was the right decision to be benched. And Ndiaye again looked quite decent against Man City, but no returns, which means, what do we do for next week? Well, I already make transfers, and you can see it already. Shirky for Semenyo has been confirmed. Yes, it's probably a waste of transfer taking points, but this man has been delivering. When I say delivering, look at this. 10 points against Chelsea, 10 points against Arsenal, 3 points against West Ham isn't good, but 5 points against Everton as well. That's 4 games where he's got good points. And obviously, with a double game week this week, if you're going to pick a Man City midfielder or player, which isn't Haaland, you want Cherky. And the other change we made was the new Raya being brought back into the lineup for Callahan. Now, Callahan did do bits. Obviously, we transferred him in from Ruffles, who was injured. But with these 3 fixtures of Arsenal, West Ham, Burnley and Palace, I think targeting Arsenal and obviously expecting them to get clean sheets is the right move for us. Which means we do have a double up. I am going to probably make the change of Van Dijk, getting rid of him and moving to someone like Saliba. Maybe next week. Obviously, I would prefer Timber because we know how good Timber has been. However, I don't think he's going to be back anytime soon. Ankle injury, no one knows. If he was to play tonight against Aston, or be on the bench for Atletico Madrid, maybe on the game week 37, I would consider Timber. But for now, we're not going to make any other changes for the rest of the season. I will say Ndiaye could be a one to go. And I would probably look to bring in Rice once again. If I don't make that defensive change to Saliba or Timber, I think Rice for the midfield could be again a good option. Obviously, had a period of where he didn't perform well, but with those 3 good fixtures for Arsenal, I could definitely see it working. Even Casemiro is someone I'm potentially looking at. Man United fixtures are okay. Obviously, qualified for Champions League football. But yeah, not too shabby, I guess. So that is going to be the team with transfers done and dusted. Going to the pick team for this week. This is how we're looking like for so far. Obviously, I don't know what happened to Anderson, whether that was an injury or anything like that. Until that is updated, Anderson is in the lineup. If he was to go, I'd take the punt on Ndiaye against Crystal Palace. But this is it going to be Raya in goal, Hill against Fulham, West Ham, get Arsenal versus West Ham, and a double up on Gahey. 3 teams that can definitely get double good points and clean sheet points. Then in the midfield we've got Rodgers. Again, disappointing last week, but against Burnley, I do think he can change around that fortune, bounce back, and get some points. Cherky in the midfield. Anderson for now. If not, it'll be Ndiaye, or make that Van Dijk and play Chelsea, who've not been great. Bruno Fernandes in the midfield. Krupi up top with triple captain Erling Haaland. Yes, this is the last time for us. This is our time to play the triple captain. Obviously, a lot of players have used it on the Arsenal defence or in game week 34 from Haaland or a Man City player. We are taking the punt this week as our final chance to get points. So therefore, we are tripling captain him on a double game week, which means every score will be tripled. Basically, that is 6 times whatever Haaland gets. And then Burnley as well, Watkins. I think that is a good squad, good team. The best I could probably go for. Moving to the leagues, we remained in 8th. We did drop down to, I think it was 9th. But we have bounced back up, which is good. Obviously, there is a little more gap from us to 7th, and even Zach in a 6th. There's about 30 points. But if this week plays off, I don't see why not we can't push to 5th, 6th. If we get 100 points, that could take us to 3rd, sorry. 100 points. Obviously, other teams will have points, but the gap, we could close all that gap up if we have a good week. Obviously, there's a couple of changes. Ryan moving up to Noah. Zach going up to 6th. Sam going up to 10th. The rest of the league stays the same, which is fair enough. The McDonald's league, we're still sitting in 2nd. Matt has probably won this already. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Gavin is 1 point behind us, which again we could drop down. And even Tyler's only 20 points behind. It's not too bad. So yeah, moving to the cups. McDonald's league, we had a bye. We will be playing Kieran. We'll look at all the other teams now. So it's going to be Aiden versus Tyler, Andrew versus Gavin, me versus Kieran, and Marcus versus Matt in the quarterfinals there. Some decent fixtures. If I had to put my money on anything, it will be Tyler, Gavin, me, and Matt going through. And then that's a top 4 in the semi-finals there. And then moving to the Treaty Boy League, we did beat Veggie Vikings on the same points. And I'm not 100% sure. That was maybe because I had 59 points and then obviously minus the points off that I automatically won, or whether it does say with goal difference plays into it and stuff. But I did think Veggie did have a better goal scoring because obviously Haaland, Thiago and Calvin Lewin scored. But I don't know. But we are through to the next round, which means I am going to play Zach. Yes, I am playing Zach. A good friend of mine. I've been helping him play through the league. We've had him on the channel. He's giving it large. Think he's going to beat me. Well, Zach, this is your time to prove yourself. 1-on-1, 1 game week. Who is the better manager? We're going to settle it this weekend. And what a way to do it. The double game week to get him. Now, obviously, I would have liked to beat him in the final, but to knock him out and not only ruin his chance of winning the cup, but obviously he's not going to win the league anymore. So for him to do 0 and me to maybe go on to win the cup would be great stuff. But we'll look at the rest of the teams and the fixtures. It's going to be another top of the class fixture. Ryan versus Paul. That's a good fixture. Syed Ahmed Rayam versus Jamie in the quarters. Sam versus Bradley also in the quarters. And then obviously me versus Zach in the quarters. If we look at round of 16, Paul did beat Noah in that match. So I beat Dean. We obviously said the typo was produced on fewest goals conceded. So we must have had the same amount of players that scored, and it was down to goal difference from my defence that kept us in the cup. Jason got knocked out by Ryan, and then obviously Sam beat FPL Torment by 1 point there. Jamie lost to Zach, which I said in the last week, no, that was going to be a close fixture. Manish unfortunately got knocked out by Jamie, and Tom lost to Bradley in a very low scoring fixture. So those are the quarterfinals. And yeah, so going back to the team, I'll quickly run through it before we end. This is my obviously early game week prediction. Things can change, like I said, the Anderson and stuff like that. But in goal, we're going to go Raya. Defence, the three at the back with Hill, Gabriel and Gahey. Man City obviously with a double against Brentford and Crystal Palace. Rodgers, Shirky, Bruno Fernandes locked in. Anderson, maybe a doubt, depending on what happened in that 45 minutes for him to come off in the last game. Krupi, Haaland, Watkins up top. That is confirmed, which means if Anderson doesn't play, I'll be either looking to put in Virgil van Dijk against Chelsea, who've not been great, or take a punt on Ndiaye. Even Mukiele against Man United. Yes, I think Man United will win, but maybe DEFCON points could be the answer for Mukiele. So I think a very good squad option, and that is going to be it for now, guys. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Let me know if you got any more chips to use. Are you going to use the triple captain this week? Are you going to use a bench boost, or are you saving the bench boost to the last game of the week? Let me know in the comments. Let me know who you're going to captain. Let me know how you're doing, and most importantly, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. There will be one out on Thursday, which is my final team selection, so make sure you stay in tuned for that, because obviously there is Champions League football tonight for Arsenal. Anything can happen, but for now, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on Thursday. Good luck, and I'll see you soon.